Hello everyone. Today's joke of the day is, when do monkeys fall from the sky? Stay tuned to find out. Our learning target for today is I can determine if two lines are parallel, and I can write a line parallel to another. Okay, so first we have a definition of parallel lines. Okay, parallel lines have equal slope. Okay, so if two lines are parallel, they're going to have the same slope. They change by the same amount each time, and they are never going to intersect. Okay, so they'll look like basically like a pair of railroad tracks, right? So they'll just be like two lines that are next to each other, but are never going to intersect. Okay, and they have the same slope, which means that they're gonna have the same like level of steepness, right? So let's look at a couple lines here. These two lines here. Y equals negative 3x plus 2. I'm going to say this one's going to be in red. Okay, we'll do that one first. So to graph a line, remember in slope-intercept form, this is our y-intercept, and this is our slope. Okay, slope is our rise over run. So if we have rise over run, in this case, our slope m is going to equal negative 3 over 1. So that's how much we're going to go up. Actually, technically, we're going to go down in this case because it's a negative. We're going to go down 3 and then to the right 1. Okay. So we'll start at our y-intercept, which is positive 2. So a positive 2 on the y-axis. And then we're going to go down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. We could also go up 3 and to the left 1, up 3 and to the left 1, and that's going to be our line here. Okay, that's our first line that we're graphing. Okay, and then I'll graph this next one in blue. Okay, our y-intercept is negative 1, so we'll put a point there at negative 1 on the y-axis. But we have the same slope again, so we're going to go down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1, and then we could also go up 3 to the left 1, up 3 to the left 1, up 3 to the left 1. Okay, and we'll draw that line there. Okay. As you can see, these two lines look like railroad tracks, okay? They don't intersect, but they have the same slope. So these are going to be parallel lines. That's what they will look like when we graph them, okay? They could be further apart, right? There could be more space in between them, but generally, parallel lines will look pretty similar to that, okay? They're gonna change by the same amount every time, and they're never going to intersect. Okay, so steps for writing a linear equation through a point parallel to a given line. Make sure you write these down. Okay, step number 1 is you're going to determine the slope of the parallel line. Okay, and then you're going to be given a point. Okay, so these two things we are going to be given in our point x, y. Okay, and then m, this is our slope. And we're going to plug those into our slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Okay, and then we have to solve for b, that's our next step there. And then we'll write the final equation in slope-intercept form, which is again y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Okay, so if you find writing equations in point-slope form easier, okay, if you remember that, that's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, then you can always write in point-slope form first and then rewrite to slope-intercept form if you wish to do that instead. Okay, now let's look at a couple examples. We are going to write a linear equation parallel to the following lines through the given points. Okay, so we want it to be parallel to this line, which means we need to find the slope. Okay, in this case our slope is 4, so that's really the only thing we need to worry about with this line, is we need to find the slope, and we know that that's going to be m equals 4. Okay, we know that it's through the point negative 2, 2, so negative 2 is our x, and 2 is our y. So we're going to go into y equals mx plus b, and we're going to plug in these numbers here. So 4 goes in for m, 2 is going to go in for y, and negative 2 is going to go in for x. Okay, and then we're going to solve for this. So we'll have 2 equals 4 times negative 2 plus b. So 2 equals 4 times negative 2 is negative 8 plus b. And then we solve for b, so we're going to add 8 to both sides. And then 10 is going to be equal to b. So our line is going to be y equals 4x plus 10. Okay, this is the line parallel to y equals 4x minus 2 that goes through the point negative 2, 2. Okay, let's look at another example here. So it's parallel to this one, so it means that our slope is going to be 1/3. Okay, and it goes through the point 6, 4. So 6 is our x and 4 is our y. So we'll plug all of these into y equals mx plus b. So we get, I'll write that down. So we get 4 equals 1/3 times 6 plus b. Okay, 4 equals, let's see, 1/3 times 6 is 2 plus b. That's a b there. And then we'll subtract 2 from both sides to get that 2 is what our b value is, our y-intercept. So our equation is y equals 1/3 x plus 2. Okay, let's look at one more example here. We want the line parallel to y equals negative 2/3 x, sorry, there's a little typo in there, plus 4. That goes through the point 2, negative 3. Okay, so our slope is going to be negative 2/3. Okay, this is our x and our y. So if we have the equation y equals mx plus b, then we are going to plug these numbers in. So we'll take negative 3 equals negative 2/3 times 2 plus b. Okay, now negative 2/3 times 2, that's going to be, well, this is really 2 over 1, so we'll multiply across. That gives me negative 4/3 plus b. Okay, and now I need to add 4/3 to both sides here. Okay, I know you might be tempted to use your calculator here, but I'm going to remind us how to add fractions without using our calculator. Here we're going to have negative 3 over 1. Well, we want to get a common denominator with 4/3, so our common denominator will be 3. So we want it to be over 3, which means we need to take this and we're going to do times 3 on the bottom and times 3 on the top. Okay, denominator and numerator. So that's going to be negative 9 over 3 plus 4 over 3, which is going to be, keep the denominator the same. Negative 9 plus 4 is negative 5. Okay, so b is going to be negative 5/3. We want to keep that as an improper fraction. Okay, we don't want to change it to a mixed number. And then our final equation we end up with being y equals negative 2, oh, that's not a 2, negative 2/3 x minus 5/3. Okay, and that is the line parallel through the point to negative 3. Okay, and then for today's joke of the day, when do monkeys fall from the sky? During April showers. Thanks for watching and have a great day.